Deputy Cooper.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Throughout her extraordinary reign, Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was a beacon of stability, duty and selflessness, and many of my constituents in St Albans will find it impossible to imagine Britain's public life without her. On a personal level, I met the Queen a number of times when I worked in Commonwealth affairs trying to advance democracy and human rights. The Queen wasn't just a constant, but a few times a year she was literally part of the day job. Commonwealth Heads of Government meetings, Commonwealth Youth meetings, the annual multi-faith, interfaith Commonwealth Day service and reception. The Queen and Commonwealth were inseparable, the only modern intergovernmental organisation like it. Each year, we Commonwealth Secretariat staffers used to love celebrating the diversity of the Commonwealth on Commonwealth Day, but sometimes it was slightly surreal. The annual Commonwealth Day reception at the Secretariat was rumoured to be the only event in the Queen's diary where she didn't know who she was going to meet. There was no official line-up, it was all organic, not organised, and there was no protocol on ordering people and guests by rank or into different rooms. As a result, it was not unusual to see the Queen greeting a disorganised throng of diplomats, high commissioners, often with their husbands and wives, jostling to a backdrop of Fijian dancers in coconut bras, Ghanaian acrobats and British pop stars from the 1980s, all jockeying for position to get a glimpse of the Queen or to shake her hand. On another day, I was tasked with taking a group of dignitaries to Buckingham Palace for an audience with Her Majesty. One such dignitary had just got a new smartphone, and he was particularly keen on telling all the other group members about the merits of this phone in spectacular levels of detail. When we arrived at the palace, we were all told, quite rightly, to turn our phones onto silent and to put them away. But during our polite conversation with the Queen, this particular person tried to persuade Her Majesty that she should get a phone just like his. So he proceeded to take his phone out of his pocket, started pressing buttons and thrust it under her nose. And he plucked up the courage to say, "Your Majesty, I think you should get a phone like mine." We all stood there, stunned in silence, and she just said, "Who do you expect me to text?" It was fantastic. He blushed like a schoolboy. That one-liner was wildly refreshing, and the rest of the group were incredibly grateful. I know that so many people who have met the Queen have many memories and stories to share, including many of my own constituents. And many of them will remember the 3 occasions that the Queen has visited our St Albans Cathedral and Abbey, where a book of condolence is now open. The Queen's passing feels like an end of an era, but on behalf of myself and my constituents in St Albans, I would like to extend my thoughts and prayers to the royal family. Rest in peace, Your Majesty, and thank you.